Okay, Revelation chapter 12. And a great sign was seen in heaven, a woman arrayed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars, and she was with child, and she crieth out, travailing in birth, and in pain to be delivered. And there was seen another sign in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his head 7 diadems, and his tail draweth the third part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth. The dragon standeth before the woman that is about to be delivered, that when she is delivered, he may devour her child. She was delivered of a son, a man-child, who was to rule all the nations with a rod of iron. And her child was caught up unto God and unto his throne. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she hath a place prepared of God, that there they may be nourished. They may nourish her 1,260 days. And there was war in heaven, Michael and his angels going forth to war with the dragon, and the dragon warreth and his angels, and they prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast down, the old serpent, he that is called the devil and Satan, the deceiver of the whole world. He was cast down to the earth, and his angels were cast down with him. And I heard a great voice in heaven saying, Now is come the salvation and the power and the kingdom of our God and the authority of his Christ. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, who accuseth them before our God day and night. And they overcame him because of the Lamb. They overcame him because of the blood of the Lamb, and because of the word of their testimony. And they loved not their life even unto death. Therefore rejoice, O heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe for the earth and the season. Woe for the earth and for the sea, because the devil is gone down unto you, having great wrath, knowing that he hath but a short time. And when the dragon saw that he was cast down to the earth, he persecuted the woman that brought forth the man-child. And there were given to the woman 2 wings of the great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, unto her place where she is nourished for a time and times and half a time from the face of the serpent. And the serpent cast out of his mouth after the woman water as a river, that he might cause her to be carried away by the stream. And the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the river which the dragon cast out of his mouth. And the dragon waxed wroth with the woman, and went away to make war with the rest of her seed that keep the commandments of God and hold the testimony of Jesus. Okay, what does it say? The earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth. It must be the earth's mouth, not the woman's mouth. And the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the river which the dragon cast out of his mouth. It doesn't seem like a very good translation. So I'm going to go to a different translation. That's verse 16. Okay, this is the American Standard Version. I'm going to go to let's go to Orthodox Jewish Version. Okay, verse 16. And Haaretz, the earth, aided by the Isha, and Haaretz opened its mouth and swallowed the river which the dragon Nashash speweth out of his mouth. Okay, Isha, let's see what that is. It says Isha prayer. So So that's Islam. ISHA. I'm going to find the translate. Okay. Hebrew to English, ISHA. Right. It's not working. It doesn't work. I'm not getting a translation of that. Okay, so I'm going to go to different translation. I'll go to, let's see if they have Young's literal translation. Yep, okay. Verse 16. The land did help the woman, and the land did open its mouth, and did swallow up the river that the dragon did cast forth out of his mouth. Okay, and so I'm going to read 15. Let's see. And the serpent did cast forth after the woman out of his mouth water as a river, that he may cause her to be carried away by the river. And the land did help the woman, and the land did open its mouth, and did swallow up the river that the dragon did cast forth out of his mouth. Sounds like the dragon has a mouth, and the serpent has a mouth, and the earth has a mouth. Okay, the serpent and the dragon are the same. Okay. And the dragon was angry against the woman, and went away to make war with the rest of her seed, those keeping the commandment of God and having the testimony of Jesus Christ. Okay, now I'm going to read the whole chapter in the Young's literal translation. And a great sign was seen in the heaven, a woman arrayed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. And being with child, she doth cry out, travailing and pained to bring forth. And there was seen another sign in heaven, and lo, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his head 7 diadems, and his tail doth draw the third of the stars of heaven, and he did cast them to the earth. And the dragon did stand before the woman who is about to bring forth must be give birth, that when she may bring forth her child, he may devour. And she brought forth a male child, who is about to rule all the nations with a rod of iron, and caught away was her child unto God and his throne. Yeah, it's kind of stilted language, but it's literal. And the woman did flee into the wilderness, where she hath a place made ready from God, that there they may nourish her days 1,260. And there came war in the heaven. Michael and his messengers did war against the dragon, and the dragon did war and his messengers. They did not prevail, nor was their place found any more in the heaven. And the great dragon was cast forth, the old serpent, who is called Devil and the adversary, who is leading astray the whole world. He was cast forth to the earth, and his messengers were cast forth with him. And I heard a great voice saying in heaven, now did come the salvation and the power and the reign of our God and the authority of his Christ, because cast down was the accuser of our brethren, who is accusing them before our God day and night. They did overcome him because of the blood of the Lamb, and because of the word of their testimony, and they did not love their life unto death. Because of this be glad, ye heavens, and those in them who do tabernacle. Woe to those inhabiting the land and the sea, because the devil did go down unto you. Okay. It's in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Okay, this talks about the land and the sea. Let's see. Woe unto those inhabiting the land and the sea. Okay, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, the land and the sea. The sea is already here. Let's see. Because of this be glad, ye heavens. Because of what? Okay, verse 11. And they did overcome him because of the blood of the Lamb, and because of the word of their testimony, and they did not love their life unto death. Because of this be glad, ye heavens, and those in them who do tabernacle. Woe to those inhabiting the land and the sea, because the devil did go down unto you, having great wrath, having known that he hath little time. Okay, at what time is this in history? Okay. And they did overcome him because of the land of the blood of the Lamb, and because of the word of their testimony, and they did not love their life unto death. Okay, this has got to be like Middle Ages till now. At least has to be sometimes from the death of Christ until now. Okay, and they did overcome him because of the blood of the Lamb, and because of the word of their testimony, and they did not love their life unto death. Because of this be glad. Okay, this is most likely in the very last periods of time. Because of this be glad, ye heavens, and those in them who do tabernacle, who do live. Okay, this is talking to the heavens and those in them who tabernacle. And who dwells in the heavens? What about on earth? Woe to those inhabiting the land and the sea, because the devil did go down unto you, having great wrath, having known that he hath little time. Okay. Because of this be glad, ye heavens, and those in them who tabernacle. Okay. And when the dragon saw that he was cast forth to the earth, he pursued the woman who did bring forth the male. Okay, this has got to be after the birth of Christ, if the male is Christ. And when the dragon saw that he was cast forth to the earth, he pursued the woman who did bring forth the male, and there were given to the woman 2 wings of the great eagle, that she may fly to the wilderness, to her place where she is nourished at time and times, and have a time from the face of the serpent. Why is it calling you a serpent at this time? It's calling you the devil, and then the dragon, and then the serpent. Why is it calling it the serpent? Okay, because the woman in Genesis, see, the woman crushes the serpent's head. Okay, and when the dragon saw that he was cast forth, what does it call it? Dragon there. And when the dragon saw that he was cast forth to the earth, he pursued the woman who did bring forth the male. There were given to the woman 2 wings of a great eagle, that she may fly to the wilderness, to her place that she already has, that she already owns, where she is nourished at time and times, and have a time from the face of the serpent. And the serpent did cast forth after the woman out of his mouth water as a river, that he may cause her to be carried away by the river. Okay, I gotta quit.